Hello there and welcome back. Today I want to talk about this setup that I will use for my upcoming performances. It revolves around the Ableton Push 3, and I want to share with you some thoughts that I have about live performances, electronic live performances. I come from bands. I used to play guitar and sing. So to me, a live performance always had this degree of risk, sweat, nerve-wracking ideas that something can go wrong, and also a lot of communication between your bandmates. When I moved through electronic stuff, things really changed. And my struggle has always been, how can I bring that kind of vibes, that kind of, yes, nerve-wracking feeling that are good for performance into the synth setup that I have. So far I use three different setups. One is my modular thing, which is still there, and it comes with the Oxy one, and I use it when I'm invited to play in certain kind of event, when people expect me to use modules. To me, that is the most difficult one to use, because there's no way to save anything. If something goes wrong, you need to know really well what you have in front of you and change it on the fly. The other setup, which is the easiest for me, is the Performer with the Octatrack. I played that many times, and so I'm really comfortable, and that I can improvise. That is like something I can just go do things on the fly. But I've been asked many times to perform at festivals where people expect something more thought. And you can, yes, of course, go and just improvise, but it could be a risky move. So I wanted, for the first time in my life, to present a story, to create a set with all tracks that I created, unreleased yet, but I wanted to bring people into a journey. And the Ableton Push 3 allow me to do that. First, it's standalone. Sorry, it's standalone, so I don't need to have any computer, even though I create the entire set connecting it to a computer, because it makes your life way easier. I find out about this amazing game-changing tool called the Data Noise Octawave. This is an ADAT out, which connects to the ADAT out of the Push and give me 8 channels of audio. It also is powered by USB, so you can just connect it to the USB of the Push and you're good to go. So I can use it here with my Model1. I can bring 8 stereo, basically 4 stereo channel here. Now, this leads me to one point, but before telling you this important point that ties all my setups together, I want you to know how you can support this channel. You can first hit the like button and subscribe. You can buy from the affiliate link down below. You spend exactly the same amount of money, but I get a tiny percentage, or you can become a patron. On Patreon, you will find tons of exclusive content. You will find actually the recording soon of these live performances. And I reply to all of your questions. Now, let's get back to it. What is the leitmotif, the things that ties all of my setups together? It's the use of the mixer. For me, using something like the Model1, which has a great interface, simple, very well laid out, that allows me to play with my big hands without problem, it's important. To me, this is how I live perform. Because let's be honest, most of the time an electronic live performance is someone that push buttons. It push launch clips, filter things, launch sequences. There's rarely I see people with tons of instruments playing. It happens, of course, and I'm so jealous of people that can do that. I just see Air, for example, and they play, but also they have a lot of sequences prepared. Anyway, if you can do that, if you are an instrumentalist, well, I'm jealous of you and keep doing that. Me, I am not. So I realized that this, having a set prepared in push is not different than having a set prepared on the Octatrack or any other tool you use. I feel that in any creative field, there's always some preconceived idea, some poshiness in which people tell you, oh, if you use that, then you're that. And if you don't use that, then you are not that. And I start believing that it's thoughts that only ruins your creativity and your mood. I think each tool has its own use. For me, right now, I wanted to make my life easier and enjoy playing my music with a mixer and with a prepare set. So this combo, Octawave, Push 3 and Model1, it's what I needed. Really, I feel so confident right now because I put together half an hour of a set. I know how long it will last. I know how good it will sound. But the key here is keeping a degree of playability, a degree of improvisation, a degree of risk. And I'll show you how I did it. So let's go through it and explain. I prepared in the computer, and I will do a video about that, going really in depth on how I prepared the set. But as you can see here, I have all of my stems and clips and scenes prepared to launch. And I used, to make even my life easier, follow action. What is follow action? Follow action means that when a scene is over, you can tell, go to the next scene, or wait, or do random stuff. I never used it before, but it's great. So that means that I don't have to launch clip. It's a sort of song mode that you would have in Electron boxes, for example. At the beginning, I felt, oh, damn, I'm cheating, because I can literally play a button and that's it. But what is the difference between that or you pressing a play button? Nothing. The fact that I use follow action allows me to focus only on the sound, focus only on all the live part, which is fun. And so I remove the possibility to make error. This is why when you play live, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. And the more you keep things easy, the more you keep things controllable with just your two hands and two eyes, trust me, things will be better and you will enjoy. It's not gonna feel like, oh my God, things can go south. That said, so I prepare all of my tracks. I separated in stems and I prepare, let's play something. Let's play the track I was playing before, because it's all unreleased stuff, by the way. So on track 2, I always have my lead part. Let's bring something that has... On track 1, I have all the percussive element. On track 3, I have all the pads and melodic element that are secondary. And on track 4, I have all the effects, ear candy stuff. Then I mapped the 16N to the other 4 channels that I need. And they are kick, bass, and lead. So this is why these 3 channels don't need any, I won't use the kick or the bass as a dub effect with delay or reverb. So these are untouched from the stem. So they go there. Then I have a 4th track here, which is instrument I can play. And as you can see, I have here, I create a drift and meld rack, and I can bring them in, and I separate it in this part here, so I have the separate control from them both, the filtering, attack and release. For each scene, they will be triggered by variation. That is the plugin, the how you call this? Yeah, plugin tool, the performance tool that IFTA created for Ableton is insanely good. You can tell them to trigger any variation of your instrument, clips, whatever. It's super good. Check it out. I will do a video about that. And that's about it. Then I have this other 4 sliders here that are mapped to this 4 track, and each one basically do something different. For example, on the main track I had a redux. On the percussive track I had a glitcher. On the melodic track 2 I had a vibrato, a tremolo, and on track 4, a phaser. So I can bring them in whenever I want. The story doesn't end here. What the Model 1 with the Octawave allow me to do, I bring in my sound. Now I can play with all the dub delay. The reverb, which is my avantage space. And the last part is that I can send through QB my audio into the mood. Probably in the future I will put the torso as 4, but still not ready to perform with that. And so what happened that I can record the buffer here, and now I have on track 5 him that goes into room. Which allowed me to have another degree of experimentation in my sets. I have basically all of my scene here. For a 30-minute set, 25-minute, I have like 6 tracks going on. Each one has all the tracks set up. I forgot to mention that all the audio from the Model 1 come back, as you can see here, into Model 1. So basically this track is just set up as a audio track with the input in, monitor in, and it just listens to external 1 and 2, so these 2. So from here I go out, back into the push 3. On the master of push 3, I put an EQ that cut the low end, a glue compressor, and a limiter. I put limiter on all of the track, and the cool thing is like if you use the limiter with look ahead at 1.5 millisecond, the latency is very, very little, so I can still play live stuff. So if I go in the live here, it's basically 0 latency. So what's happening is like the system is pretty complex. The audio 8 track goes out with the Octawave into the Model 1 through this sub. Then here I mix part of it and I go back into the push. In push I have other 4 track of audio, so total is gonna be 4 stereo plus 4 other stereo track. And I can do mastering inside the push. And then I go out with left and right into the PA, into whatever. That's it. A lot of stuff, and let me now give you 4 advices for you to create your live setup. Number 1, do what you like. I love mixing, not as a DJ. I like to creative mixing in the way like I like to bring in stuff. I like to use the delay. I like to use the reverb. And I enjoy to have things separately. The mixer to me became a tool now. I can filter. So if you enjoy to play your keyboard on a stage, do that. Do something that you really enjoy doing it. And for me, I realized like having an interface would let me touch my sound like that. It's priceless. Then keep things easy. I always quote Surgeon. Surgeon used like, I think was the 50% dumbbell rule. Like when you are on stage, consider yourself less good than you are, because there's so many things you have to do, and so make things really easy. You only have 2 hands, so it's pointless for you to have to control 20 things at a time. You will just mess up and feel a lot of anxiety. So keep things easy. Then, one thing that one of my best friends said to me, Andrea Viscardi, which is, I guess, my mentor by now. He helps me a lot. I was nervous when they booked me for a few festivals and few performances, and I was like, what am I gonna do? And in my head, I thought, I need to impress them, I need to do very good stuff. And he told me, hey, if they booked you, they like your music. So bring your music, brings what you do. And for as simple as that sound, it's one of the best things ever that ever been told to me. Just do what they know you for. And this leads me to my last advice. What comes easy to you might not be easy for others, or might not be easy at all. Sometimes we do stuff and we think, oh, this is so basic, this is so easy, why should I bring it out? It doesn't have anything. But maybe that is exactly your craft. That is exactly what you come to master. And so for other people that would seem super complicated or super inspiring. So whatever comes easy to you, really put attention on that, because that might be the thing that makes you stand out. All right, I guess that's it for today. Stay tuned, because I will do a more in-depth video. And also let me thank both Ableton and Data Noise. For Ableton for giving me the push tree, and Data Noise for giving me the Octawave, which again, it has been game changer for me. Right, I'll see you next week.